words that I could choose.
I've never heard on Spotify before.
Thank the stars I chose the one that led to you. Bring the unexplored, the reckless and the new, 'cause nothing scares me anymore. How the sun lights up the moon, wax or wane, I know I'll see you soon. Ooh, I do. Tonight I fly away with you and leave the land behind me. Our eyes illuminated by the silver lining. Two hearts, one sky, to the morning light. This is the dawn of our life.
Listen to all the harmonies. I worked hard.
Life may bring us harder puzzles to resolve. Spinning, twisting, we'll be shining through it all. A warmer summer brings us brighter leaves and fall. My future's never looked so bright. How the sun lights up the moon, wax or wane, I know I'll see you soon. Ooh, I do. Ooh, tonight I fly away with you and leave the land behind me.
There's a high harmony.
Our eyes illuminated by the silver lining. Two hearts, one sky, to the morning light. This is the dawn of our life.
I don't know how Ryan did this part. It's so pretty.
Tonight I fly away with you and leave the land behind me. Our eyes illuminated by the silver lining. Two hearts, one sky, to the morning light. This is the dawn. This is the dawn of our life.
It's giving folklore. Oh, stop it. Stop it. So that's the dawn. It's probably like the slowest, most sentimental song. I don't know. I think I've ever like gotten the chance to sing. And then Ryan sent me a list, a breakdown of all the harmonies. He's like, listen, like I could do them, but it would be so much better if you like learned each one. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I got it. And so if you listen to like that one part, you can hear them.
Tonight I fly away with you and leave the land behind me. Our eyes illuminated by the silver lining.
I remember that one. I remember like I hated that one in terms of singing it. And then there's a low one. There's a lot of low ones.
Tonight I fly away with you and leave the land behind me.
Honestly, I could probably pull out like the solo tracks of it. It's pretty well. It's before Ryan worked his magic, so you guys can't hear it. It didn't sound very good.
Behind me.
This is Fuslie, not April.
Our eyes illuminate sky to the morning light. This is the dawn.
And then, if you guys wanted to sing it yourselves, and Ryan even released a nice instrumental of it that you could sing in. Here. That is The Dawn. Sounds like the Twilight end credits. Yeah, it's a pretty one. And it's kind of sad if you like listen to all the lyrics. It's kind of sad. You can interpret it a lot of ways. And it's a very sad song. Well, like, it can be sad. If you sit there and read the lyrics, it's quite pretty. Yeah, I actually, when I first heard it and like started singing it, and I was like really getting into it, a lot of different, like, it can apply to a lot of different situations, but like the one I was thinking of was making me cry. I was like, oh my god, why am I crying? Anyways, yeah, I was thinking of Edison when I was singing it, actually, so it made me sad. But it's such a pretty song, and it can apply to so many things, and it's a really nice one. And it's called The Dawn, and you guys totally can listen to it if you want. No pressure, of course. I'm just honored that Ryan asked me to even like sing on it and stuff, and it's like really, yeah, I really liked it. It was like a really fun one to do. Yeah, you can find it on Spotify. I thought about my ex-fiance too. Yeah. Yeah. So it's really, yeah, if you like it, you like it. I'm not forcing you guys. I feel grateful that you guys listen to any of my music. I kind of just throw it out there, you know? Like, I say yes to any and all projects that come my way, because I just feel like lucky. I think of my little middle school self, like singing karaoke songs on my Blue Yeti microphone that my dad got me. And just like being so, like, I'm just so excited that anyone would ever be like, hey, you want to work on this project? And I'm like, I'll do it. I'll like, from like the direction, like the song that is out for you with the bimbos right now versus this one versus Lingo with Zola versus any, like, if you're broke and busy, versus What If. There's another song that you'll hear later this year. It is complete, and that one is as different from all of those songs than they are from each other. That one is probably my favorite song I've ever like touched. There's a song that you guys will hear later this year when it's like done. It's not my song. It's like I'm the vocals on it, but I'm so excited for you guys to hear that one. Like, I've heard it kind of like, because I was there, you know, obviously while we was recording it, they were like, you know, working on it. I'm like, oh my god, I get to be on this song. So that is a whole different genre as well. And I am just like honored that I get to put my vocals on any song. And, you know, singing, rapping. Obviously, I'm not as good at rapping, but I can still dabble. It's for fun. The rapping will always be like GTA stuff. And it's also, I'm really grateful for like April, because April is like my alter ego of like not just like personality, but also just like, she's like kind of my excuse to make music. I don't know if you guys heard when, what's his name? Is it Don Dolph? He's like he's like friends with the Sidemen and stuff too, and he was saying how he like really liked making music, but he completely stopped until he started playing GTA, and then he just started like, it like set off his creative creative process, and he was just like making music all the time. And it's almost like this excuse to just like create without feeling the pressure of putting your name behind everything. So April is kind of like the outlet that I have that lets me just put things out into the world and not feel like too hurt if it's not good, or if it's something, it's just, you know, versus like, hey, I'm Leslie Fuslie, and these are all my songs. You know what I mean? Like, I would never be able to do those kinds of songs. There are projects I would just never touch, because I'm like, oh God, like all my peers are gonna hear. It's kind of like this little secret that I feel like I get to have. And that's why I'm like so excited I get to do like all these different projects. But it is fun to like obviously release stuff under my own name too. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to like work with people like Ryan. Like, I'm just like, dude, you're like so talented, and you're like such a, I don't know. And like, he's like, yeah, you should, I would love for you to sing on this song. And I'm like, dude, I would be so honored. Yeah, like it's so pretty. And I guess it just I feel like honestly, like what Hannah Montana gets to feel like, you know, I totally get it. It's like, April's like kind of like my alter ego in a way, and not in just in like, you know, stuff. It's like also just my music alter ego. And I never expected that. And so that's something that like I'll always come back to April at the end of the day, because I'm like really grateful for what she's brought into like it's allowed me to do more stuff and make friends and meet all these people who are so good at this one thing. Sometimes I'm just in a room with people, I'm like, you guys are all so good at what you do, how am I here? I'm like, no, we like want you on this project. I'm like, but why? I don't have the talent. They're like, you are, like, we want you. I'm like, okay, you know. Anyways, so I guess I just feel very grateful for the opportunity to even like record any vocals, because I know like objectively I'm not Ariana Grande. I'm not a super crazy vocalist. So I get like very insecure when people are like, oh, you should sing. I'm like, well, there's so many better singers than me. And they're like, no, you like, we would like you or your vocals. And I'm just like, really? Okay. Sure. It might take 20 takes, 20 tries, but it feels like I feel very lucky to even just like be asked to do any song. So I will pretty much always say yes, which always kind of backfires, because a bunch of people are still like, hey, you want to do a song? You want to do a song? And I still want to do songs with everybody. But sometimes I have moments where I'm like, oh, I don't have the energy to like sit down and write something or sit down and record something because I'm moving or I'm doing this and that. But then sometimes I go on like a rampage and I'll like record 8 songs in a day. Well, not 8, but like there was a day I recorded like 5 songs, 2 for Ryan, 3 for Zola. Like, I just knocked them all out. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, got it. And that was just a day I had to myself. And then sometimes also my roommates were out, and I get insecure when my roommates are home because I don't want like Myung to be next door like hearing me, even though they would never judge me, and they're always like, sometimes like Myung will hear me, she's like, sounds good, you know. I'm like, oh god, she heard me. Like I wait till my roommates are like out, you know, and then there's some days they're all out and I'm like, oh, I could sing today, you know. Anyways, so I want to say thanks to you guys, you know.